Velina mai kako, aloha. On behalf of the University of Hawaiʻi, we first want to humbly thank you for joining us as we officially announce the 16th president of the University of Hawaiʻi, which you'll meet very soon. Before we get there, though, we'd like to formally acknowledge this very aina that we are all gathered together on today. We are in Mānoa, in the ahupua'a of Waikiki, in the moku of Kona, on the mokupuni or island of Oahu. O wau o moani ke ala nabaro, ke kahi waha o lelo mai ke kula nui o Hawaiʻi ma Mānoa. I'm moani ke ala nabaro, spokeswoman here at UH Mānoa. And although we're here on the Mānoa campus, this is just one of the many strands that make up the 10-campus system of the University of Hawaiʻi. This new president will join a legacy that has helped to educate generations of kama'aina, students who have also joined us from the US continent and around the world, and a public higher education system that continues to offer affordable higher education that we continue to strive to serve the 50,000 students that are joining us this semester. We'd like to take a moment as well to acknowledge our UH Board of Regents who are to our left, joining us, tasked. Mahalo nui, Regents. And we will open up to question and answers to our media ohana that is joining us. But before we get there, please allow us to formally introduce to you the 16th president of the University of Hawaiʻi 10-campus system, Wendy Hensel, for some opening mana'o.
Aloha. Thank you so much to the Search Committee, the Board of Regents, and the hundreds of people that I met during my time in open forums over the last month. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be named as the next president of the University of Hawaiʻi system. My husband and I are looking forward to becoming a part of this community in every way and serving to champion the 10 campuses and all of the communities they represent. While today is a day for looking forward, it seems important to acknowledge that I've heard concerns raised by some members of the community that I'm not from Hawaii, and questions from allegations raised by a news outlet. While I say again clearly that there is no truth to these claims, this is not the setting in which I had hoped to begin my tenure with you. I stand here today ready and willing to do the hard work each and every day to earn your trust. I have a 25-year track record of honoring and elevating diversity in all of its forms, and I will continue to do so joyfully here. It is not simply the work that I do, it is a fundamental part of who I am as a person and as an administrator. I look forward to learning from all of you on this path, and I promise I will be your partner in working tirelessly to advance and elevate the university's unique role as an Indigenous-inspired institution. I am committed to uplifting and honoring the Native Hawaiian values on which it is based and eliminating all equity gaps both for this and every group in every setting in which we find them. I am also committed to fulfilling the 4 pillars identified in our strategic plan. I appreciate your support in the days ahead as we begin together this next phase at the University of Hawaiʻi. I look forward to visiting each campus and meeting with the many stakeholders that are there and committed to our state's public university system. I believe wholeheartedly that the best days of this university are ahead, and I'm excited to get started. Mahalo.
Mahalo nui, and at this time, we'd like to open up our Q&A point of the press conference to media. So we just kindly ask if you can first state your name and the affiliate that you represent. Aloha.
Day one has already arrived. I've been spending the last several months learning everything that I can about this institution and speaking with people and reading and learning and listening. And so I think the important thing is to come ready with ears open, heart open wide, and begin to set a vision together with the community. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah. Certainly, the very first thing that I would like to do is a tour of each of the 10 campuses to meet with the stakeholders in a more engaged setting. The town halls were a great beginning, but didn't give an opportunity to meet with different groups of stakeholders like faculty, staff, and students on each campus, as well as folks in the workforce and government that represent those different campuses. So that's what I'm most excited to do at the beginning. And I've also said repeatedly that my agenda will always be student-oriented. Students come first. And so one of the first things I'd like to look at in more depth are graduation and retention rates, and see if some of the ideas that I can take from the places that I've worked with analytics and AI can move those numbers to even greater heights than the university has already accomplished. Yes. The message is that I'm here to be a partner. I'm here, yes, to be a leader, but also to walk aside the community. That I think the magic can happen when you bring in new ideas and new voices along with the deep institutional rooting that comes in a place of this significance and all of the different people who make it up, the Native Hawaiians, all of the different groups. I had a chance to speak with so many people who care so deeply about this institution. I would not be here standing with you if I did not honor that legacy and look to elevate it in the future and serve it well as its next leader. So I've actually said this quite a bit during the forums. It is amazing how similar some of the institutions I've worked in are that you wouldn't see right away. The diversity of the institutions, both Georgia State and the City University of New York, there is no majority. It's a group of students who come from every background, first generation, Pell eligible, low socioeconomic income, all the way to the children of PhDs. And so I think that kind of service to that community of that breadth with an access mission, where our goal is to be defining excellence by who we include rather than who we exclude. I think that's who the University of Hawaii is. Those are the institutions that I've worked at. And I look forward to seeing where there are synergies in approaches that work there in a culturally sensitive way here in conjunction with the community. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself and things that I'm really proud of. I am the mom of 4 adult children, and as I said to the board this morning, you should give me kudos and judge me on the fact that they are now all launched successfully. That's much harder than being a university president, as any parent knows. One of my children is a young man with autism. And so my life, I was actually an expert in disability discrimination before he was born. And then as a mom, experienced how difficult special education can be for even a Harvard-trained lawyer. And so I've spent most of my life as a scholar, as an administrator in higher education, fighting for the rights of people with disabilities. So I come at it from the perspective of what barriers do we create unintentionally to our students' success in their many forms. Things that are so much in the background we don't even realize that is precluding somebody's access to the opportunities that others have. And I also think the compassion that I bring from understanding how on the hard days, even the smallest ounce of human kindness can make such a difference to somebody in a moment of crisis. lends itself to my leadership style. So a little bit about me, and hopefully I then become a vibrant member of this community and contribute as well. That's a great question, because there's a trend to finally, I think, be looking at what employment outcomes are and how the programs that we create are aligned with workforce needs and emerging areas of industry. It's critical that we work with our government partners, that we work with industry to put those things together. I've done a great deal of work in that space. One area in particular, in New York City, I worked with the CEO Jobs Council that was created by Jamie Dimon, and identified what are the skills and micro-credentials that are needed for success to place our students in high-paying jobs that at the moment are not aligned with what we are offering. And so that kind of partnership can be a game changer. And also, rather than having workforce on one side and the academy on the other, combining those two things into specific, understandable degree paths for students so that at each step of the way they understand how their career objectives align with the curriculum that they're taking, and when it's the right time to take an internship, when it's the right time to achieve an additional micro-credential, so that we take the mystery out of how to get from the beginning when they come in to where they ultimately want to go. So look forward to doing that work. I love athletics. I am a fan. I was saying this morning, I've been a fan at schools who do not have very good athletic teams, so I'm looking forward to coming to the University of Hawaii and cheering for the Rainbow Warriors. Athletics are incredibly important to the university. They're the front door through which we engage with our community. And they're critically important, too, for creating a sense of community for the students who are on our campuses. I also, as a provost, or at least for the moment, still a provost, really appreciate that our graduation rates for student athletes are actually typically significantly higher than they are for other students. So it absolutely dovetails with the academic mission of the university. It's something that allows us to create a sense of excitement outside of our student population, and is something that I look forward to championing and participating in. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to learn much about that, but obviously I'm in support of the work that's being done. I understand there have been some significant conversations that have happened between the governor and the system, and look forward to contributing to those conversations. I would say it's less than a plea than a restatement of certainty that there is an excellent education to be had at the University of Hawaii that matches anywhere in the States, and really around the world. I have been tremendously impressed with the research that I've done about what has already happened here, and from what I see, the future is nothing but bright from here. So I hope and reassure parents that not only are they getting an excellent education, but importantly, they're getting it at a value that allows students to walk away with minimal or no debt. And that is a priceless guarantee to offer in a time when we talk about the value of higher education. There is absolutely no doubt that students who leave the doors here have an incredibly valuable tool. So I hope that that is part of the equation. And certainly to the extent that it is not, we're going to convince you that it is.
So we just would like to add that Board Chair Lee is also available for questions as well if media have any more that they would like to offer, either President Hensel or Board Chair Lee.
we feel really great. The process we've documented, but it was a very complete process, and we've had excellent candidates, local candidates, but we had the finalists emerge, and we are very pleased on Wendy joining us.
Mahalo, Chair. Mahalo nui again to our 16th president of the University of Hawaii. If there are no more questions, we'd like to actually gather the regents as well as President Hensel together for a quick photo all together, if you want to come on through.